All right, good morning, good day. This is the African Crypto Warlord. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I am doing a community request from my Discord, and there will be two. It will be Jupiter. I think it's an exchange coin off of one of these DeFi Solana exchanges. I haven't checked, to be brutally honest, but I do know I missed out on it. All right, long story short, we're going to start from the 21 day. There's not a lot of data. We'll just use reverse wave 10Ds until we get down to about the 24 hour to see if we can define. Hopefully you guys can't hear the cicadas going. Wee! If you are, I hope you become a boomer soon so you can't hear those things. All right, so it's the 15-minute. We'll just start the analysis right here. If it holds above $1.3715, we do expect to push through mean reversion. And furthermore, if it bounces or bounces here, could fail that blue line. It's under negative skew into this region. So let's just start on the 21 day. It's going to be a little bit boring here, not too much data, but we can define some levels. All right, first level we're going to look for this uptrend to end is any closes below $1.22. Okay, any closes below $1.22, you'll see that it'll help the next 14-day push through to the downside. There is technically a touched target fully extended up here, which isn't so good if you are a bull. Let's put on the ultimate power mean. Any closes below, which it's currently below now. Wow, that's quite high from here. $1.40. $1.40 seems like a little bit of a bear mode can be engaged, and with that, the ALR indicators will be pushing through down. Given it's only had two sets, at least on trading views, of Binance being the furthest back look I can find. There's only been two little red ALRs here, but as you can see, when the ALR is red, obviously the candle's going to be red. Okay, so any closes below said $1.40, just call it $1.40.5. You are looking for continuation to the downside. What do we got here on the 7-day? 7-day ALR has sort of done its thing. The sell signal has come through, ironically, on the 7-day with regards to my sneaky little thing over here. When it stops flashing red, then you know you got to get selling, right? So we got to look for a range here. Where's the ultimate power mean? Still sort of below anything that is going to be considered still in a bull market. So that's $1.50. So this target's getting further and further away in order to keep this bullish trend. All right, 5-day ALR is coming through. We do have some confluence with regards to other indicators here. We do get a new print, as you can see, it's just printed here, but we're going to need to wait maybe another 12 hours to see which direction DLP is going. It is saying to the downside. It has hit its first standard deviation to the downside on ALR. Let's put an ultimate power mean. Ultimate power mean is saying she is still bearish below $1.47. So only closes above said red line as we're dropping through. That's where the bull market's going to continue, okay? Now we're into the 3-day. 3-day is giving us a little bit better data, to be honest. So I would initially expect a $1.30 touch. Given it's never touched this mean, could technically be a healthy place for it to put in a bounce. But if it slides here, we do look for a $1.07. It sort of can be trapped in its range at $1.55. Now, our highest up target was a $1.50. So if it does get there, that could put in a hidden bear. There is an opportunity for this thing to run into, just call it $2.90, but it would have to break $1.54 with some serious power behind it in order to get you up there. Okay, cool. Now we're getting into some levels that are actually readable. All right. Any failures below said orange line here, pretty much just call it $1.36. We do look for continuation to the downside. Any closes above $1.36, we look for a tag back into the mean. Furthermore, $1.53 region. Okay, wow, that one's quite high up. We'll leave that target out of the book for now. All right, mean reversions trying to come through, but any failures below said orange line will actually allow the bears to push this thing through. I'll give you downside targets once we get to the 3 hour, as that has a little price distribution code. Let me get direction of volatility. No direction on 24 hour, 12 hour. Contracting volatility was positively correlated. That's going to help the bears out right now. Okay, push it into a mean reversion phase. and drag on through. Let's have a look. You see, so we have hit this mean. Is another reverse wave tendy here. So I would stay bearish as long as it's closing below $1.38. Maybe take the trade into $1.43 if I can start pushing and have like hidden bull divs on the 15-minute, 45-minute, 90-minute under in this region. Then I know I can get into here, okay? But for now, I am looking for a $1.32 just because of contraction was positively correlated and it's grabbing more traction to the downside. What's this? This is a 50-50 on the 6 hour here. Reverse wave tendies. Same effect. Did they cross? So there is no point of liquidity here. Unfortunate if you are a bull. It's a bit of a tough one. Let's see, as we drop into lower term time frames, I want to see if this thing is trying to round itself off on a bottoming here, at least to get another like 10 cents pump, 8 cents pump out of this. Okay, nice. This is our 3 hour. Let me just get the direction of volatility. That's technically in sneaky dump mode. So out of the volatility and the direction of volatility we've seen, it's saying downside, but it's saying small downside candles. Contracting volatility was positively correlated, aka lower highs. Okay? If you can hear that thing, that's someone shouting for batteries, secondhand batteries. Okay, what do we have here? Fair. All right, now we're getting into something that's pretty good. Any closes above $1.36. The signal that's being generated here, I would look for it to try and push back into this mean. Okay. Now, the only way it's going to get into that mean is closing above $1.3876. Okay. Then we'll put on VREs. Thank you. I hope you guys can't hear that because that's actually really annoying. This guy is rarely ever around. All right. Now, what can we say here? $1.38. $1.3677. You are looking for more push to the downside. $1.33. Let's make these big. And I'm going to draw out some untouched VREs for both sides. And we're going to put them in on that cone. Okay. Over here. Where did you go? So there's a daily. There's a weekly. Got any more untouched to the downside? Pretty clean. Obviously, if we get into that big pump, oh, soz, guys, absolute front run. Target down here at 69 cents. Furthermore, we've got other targets that we can see. I think that should cover it. It's been actually pretty clean considering it was able to retrace into all these little yellows. All right, as you can see here, it prints. That was at the beginning of the month. She still came back for it at the end of the month. All right, similar effect here. It didn't touch the daily. Boom, sweeps in, tries to grab the daily. Okay, now let's go back here. So we've got those lines set. Make big. Contracting was positively correlated. Off of the signal on the 90-minute. Any closes below $1.3675, I do look for a touchdown to a monthly mean. Still healthy to be here. Can maybe put in a good little bounce if it's strong enough. What's that? Contracting was negatively correlated. All pumps to be sold into 45-minute contract. All pumps to be sold into. This is the 15-minute now. Those things didn't update here. Why didn't they update here? But that's all right. Now, when you see this cone bending like this, they did. When you see this cone bending like this, that's this is the point of negative skew coming in. All right. So as soon as this thing starts to curl down, the top side of the cone, these are quite rare signals to see. As soon as this thing starts to curl down, that's it moving into a negative drift phase. So yeah, it immediately has the opportunity to turn it from setting higher highs into setting lower highs. All right, and now just with the contraction that we're seeing here in volatility was positively correlated, we are looking for downside. Okay, this thing sort of loses its complete structure and hits this yellow line down here if it fails this orange line here at $1.3658 into the monthly mean. What can we see here? Any zones of liquidity? Very, very dodgy coin to trade, actually. Should have just bought and hold when it was at 3 cents. All right, 1 minute. Don't really have anything here for that. Contracting was positively correlated. If this thing crosses in here, you'll see now it's going to go push for the green. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now it's going to go try push for the green. All right. This is good. $1.3077. You're going to, any failures below here, that's actually sneaky pump mode. It might actually close above it. Any failures below here, we do look for the yellow line. Any closes above, we are going to just go look, which is quite a big move, onto the 3 hour. We are going to go look for $1.39. Now, what can we see? We can see there's an untouched daily mean over here coming into play. What's today's date? So coming into play in about 9 hours time. This target opens up for $1.51 off of a hidden bull div down here on the 3 hour. You're going to need volatility to carry on expanding and this thing to grab trend in order for it to pump through here. Now, those are the only upside targets that we have been able to pull out, which is actually not so good considering they're lower than all this other structure that's here. All right, so I'm guessing dupe is going to have a big range, but it's going to be sold into. Okay, the only time it's not going to be sold into is once it starts closing above $1.51. If it can close above $1.51 for the rest of this month, like come in, bounce, whatever it's going to do, or even if it pumps up and holds above $1.51, I would look for continuation from next week onwards. Okay, otherwise I see this as a sneaky hidden resistance level. I do feel like it is going to come up and touch this target before the end of the week though. There's just too many magnets up here for it not to give it a good try. Okay. If you found this information helpful, please do like and subscribe. That is pretty much your untouched targets. Here's another quick observation. Let's say it does just like slip all the way down here to 69 cents. The fact that it didn't touch those untouched daily and weekly targets means that it is allowed the opportunity to go back there. Whereas if it was to touch those things and then fall here, oh man, this is maybe not a good long-term investment to be holding, to be brutally honest. That's how I look at that shit. Okay, last little shuffle. Anything that I need to change up here? Nah. I think we're pretty good on this one. I had a 15-minute cone. This will be for the intraday boys. Intraday boys, you get your pump from $1.38 on the dot to push up into $1.42. And that's only going to be true if it can close above $1.37. Any closes below $1.37, I do look for this pink side of the range. Now, I'll just draw this. This pink shit. So from here, this becomes a range. Okay, and it can do whatever the heck it wants in here. But this pink stuff is, those are the ranges, right? Now, this is going to be trying to see if this is what I call range bound. So if it gets stuck in here, very good scalps, but it needs to close above $1.42 in order to seriously continue this bull trend. And your bear trend, for me personally, I know a long-term bear trend starts happening at a failure below $1.29. Given we hit this blue line over here, if it does start to fail this region, I do look for this target and this target. So what are those targets? $1.09, $1.17. If it does fail there, it's usually equal opposite. So that is the opposite play. Okay, so if we're failing below this mean, those are generally my targets to the downside. Any one of those three circles. We close above that mean, we've got them already demarcated here at $1.50. Much power. Stay fucking wow. And thank you for asking me to do a shitcoin analysis. I think I'm going to do SUI or Ocean next. I am still undecided. Keep well, keep strong. Scalp the living shit out of this stuff. African Crypto Warlord, out.